already said
I'm awake.
He's not actually awake. He's been talking in his sleep the entire time.
That's right.
All right. So, how much time do we have left in this round now? Got about 5 minutes left.
5 minutes left in the
5
round.
entire minutes.
5 minutes.
Last games are being played, so it looks like we are not going to have another feature match for this round. Yeah, it says no one on camera.
More of these beautiful faces staring right back at you.
These.
Quick, you and me staring contest. You win, you always do.
I'm good, what can I say? All right.
Having a contest with them.
Oh.
With those three
You're
guys.
talking about me.
In the chat room.
Oh. Well, I won too. So.
Fair enough.
All right.
If you are just joining us, one that we may not get to mention again, but you can watch these replays, youtube.com/Crimson Castle Games. Visit us on facebook.com/Crimson Castle Tuscaloosa. Twitter fiends, twitter.com/C Castle Events. Watch us right now. Tell all your friends. Party Twitch TV/ what? Crimson Castle?
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
The Twitch address, yes.
There we go.
Sorry.
I
I was distracted.
get confused. It's the only one not written down. You got to write it down for me. Anyway, PTQ information. April 19th, this coming Saturday. Yes, Saturday. PTQ information. April the 19th. Today is the last day to pre-register. All right, so pre-register by midnight tonight. You save $5, $35. It's going to be $40 on site Saturday. So save yourself $5.
Pack sleeves, man.
Register exactly. www.crimsoncastlegames.com. If you forego that, registration starts at 8:30 in the a.m. Saturday morning, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, at the Bob Miller Center. Google it, MapQuest it, Google Maps it, figure it out. All right? Because you can't call me. I'm not giving you directions.
Why
All
not?
right. Sorry. Too many phone people blowing up my phone all day. Anyway, sealed Theros Born of the Gods is the format. If that's not your forte, if that's not what you want to do, side events going on all day. Drafts, win-a-boxes, commander, all the trades, singles dealer, on hand, on site all day. So come and get your fix in. And it's going to be big. You don't want to miss it. First PTQ we've had it here since the format changed in about 4 years. Commentators are going to be this sweet, sexy face right here. Not so much this sweet, sexy one over here.
But this one will be there.
He'll be there. He'll be there.
I'll be in the black.
He'll be there being square. But you know,
I'll be taking the black.
Rolling Drew Bentley, quad nines. He will be here with his vast limited knowledge as my crutch through the day, because I'm not so high up on this limited format knowledge-wise. $1,000 in total cash prizes, and the winner goes to Pro Tour Magic 2015
in beautiful, exotic Portland, Oregon.
There you go. Also, there's a fantastic shot, since we're streaming this, that you will get to play on camera if you win.
You don't even have to win the whole thing.
No, then I get to make up weird, funny little nicknames for you,
like
Chris. Jacques Gasquet.
Yeah.
Yep. Minute 45 looks like we got left in the round for the last one on there.
Sounds correct.
That's where I'm from.
Looks like our.
Would that be Portland, Oregon?
Yeah.
Mr. FXI?
What?
Mr. F underscore X underscore I underscore?
Oh, okay. So our final round is going to be our last two undefeated players, as it is supposed to be. So, what decks have you seen tonight that you'd like to see again?
Definitely that sweet rug midrange deck from Jacques Gasquet.
Yep, that's one of our undefeateds.
And then the old Mazes in aggro.
Absolutely, the Mazes in deck, right? So our rug mid-range deck and our Mazes in deck tonight are our two undefeateds, and they'll be squaring off here in the next couple of minutes.
So, Foxy, I'm officially dubbing you Foxy in the chat box. Will you be making the trek from Portland to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, this Saturday, April the 19th, for the PTQ?
To play for a plane ticket
play for the chance to go
home. Hard mode. Buy a one-way ticket here. Just do it hard mode.
Yeah.
Like that's hardcore mode.
Yep.
Like, just plane ticket here. No round trip.
He's gonna do it.
He needs to. He should. Or she. They should. Whoever they are.
I'm gonna say she. It's Foxy.
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 Oh, so it's someone that's here at UA apparently. And
oh, well, cool. Well, we'll give you a plane
from
ticket home. So you're definitely
you can
gonna
go
be
see
here
your
Saturday.
folks.
Yeah.
Or whoever may still be back home.
You know you're a sweet little chat roomer, Foxy. Oh, sorry, Foxy, couldn't resist. Where my big dog at? Where my dogs at?
This is what I was afraid of.
Esper?
That we would be on camera.
And Bant? Yeah, you leave me unidle without a format or a script.
Yeah, this is, and I just
Things are going to get weird. Esper and Bant are in turns.
imagine that.
The
Imagine
control decks are in turns.
The Planeswalker control deck and the Esper deck
What's that called?
are in turns.
Sponsored tonight. Not really sponsored tonight, but
this is some great Chinese
But
food.
sponsored tonight by Mr. Chin's China Wonder and Buffet. Not really the name of it,
And
but
it's not actually a buffet either.
it's not a buffet either. It's a really cool Chinese restaurant in Tuscaloosa, behind the shop. So if you
So
come
Foxy.
to the PTQ
Foxy, if you've never
Saturday,
been.
go to Mr. Chin's. It's good food.
Yes, it's delicious. Get a milk tea.
I mean, we might as well do free advertising.
You might as well. I feel underdressed. I left my polo at home tonight. I wasn't fully expecting to be on camera.
I mean, it's all good.
I didn't bring my hat either. So
More spoilers, please. What we got? You still got the spoiler pulled up on the interwebs?
I do. Little Big Dog. The PTQ is going to be here in Tuscaloosa. It's right down south of the actual city of Tuscaloosa.
Bob Miller Center.
It's at the Bob Miller Center. If you can Google that or get on the old Facebook if you got one of those, like all the kids do nowadays.
Yep. / Crimson Castle Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, Facebook.com/Crimson Castle Tuscaloosa.
Details there.
You'll find links to the Facebook event that have been shared by that Facebook account. All the information you ever need to know is on that. If you can't find that there, go to www.crimsoncastlegames.com and there will be information somewhere on the front page there. Have everything else you need to know about it, including how to pre-register before midnight. Save those $5.
$5. $5 registration fee.
Yeah, like that's a pack of sleeves and a
Spoilers, real quick.
spoiler alert.
Here's a cool little cycle. Fonts. There's one in each color, one in a white for the font of vigor. For it's an enchantment. Common. 2 in a white. Sacrifice the font of vigor. You gain 7 life. So they all have a similar theme of an enchantment. Looks like they all cost, the green one costs 1, the others cost 2. So 1 in a black for Font of Return. For 3 in a black, sacrifice Font of Return. Return up to 3 target creature cards from the graveyard to your hand. So triple raised head, I think. Font of Ire, 1 in a red. For 3 in a red, sacrifice Font of Ire. Font of Ire deals 5 damage to target player. So Lava Axe on an enchantment there. Font of Fertility. 1 green is the only one that just costs 1. For 1 and a green, sacrifice Fauna Fertility, search your library for a basic land card, put it on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. So, Rampant Growth there. That's pretty cool. I might, that one I could see getting played.
Yeah.
In the constructed format. Fauna Fortune's the last one, 1 and a blue, and for 1 and a blue, sacrifice to draw 2 cards. That's not a terrible value either. Let's see here.
So you're a Commander player like I am. What cards in this set have you seen that you're excited about for Commander?
I mean, definitely the gods.
Yeah,
just because
absolutely.
Playing with the gods, like, they're pretty busted in Commander.
Yeah, like
hard to deal with.
I recently built a mono blue deck with Thassa as the commander.
Yeah,
and it's actually themed as just big blue idiots. Like it's Krakens, Leviathans, Serpents, everything. And it's really fun. And there's a new guy that's been spoiled in this set that I'm very anxious to put into that deck. The what was he called? The big blue guy. He's like an 8/8 or a 6/6.
Yeah, he's some sort of Kraken or Leviathan.
When he comes into play, you return all creatures your opponents control with a toughness less than the number of islands you control.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah. My deck plays like 35 islands, man. That guy's really good in my deck.
Bounce all your dudes.
Yeah, that dude is really good in my
Another
deck.
one, now this one I saw and I forgot about. It's been out a couple of days, but I haven't discussed it. The old 3-drop 5/5 black guy. Let's see.
That creature, yeah.
One black for the Master of the Feast.
Yes.
Is an enchantment creature, a 5/5 demon for 1 and 2 black mana. Flying, at the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent draws a card. I think that's a pretty sweet.
It's okay. It's okay. It's big power toughness for that mana cost. The drawback of your opponent drawing a card every turn on your turn is pretty detrimental because it's letting your opponent draw into their answers.
It's true.
Now, whether or not the decks of the metagame after Born of the Gods, after Journey into Nyx, whether the decks of that metagame have the kind of answers for this creature in the main deck, then this...
The thought, where I saw it, first thought of being dangerous would be in a green-black aggressive deck, to where if you're playing a mana elf turn 1, you hit that guy turn 2.
Very possibly.
I mean, you do have to have double black on second turn, so... anywho.
Alright, we're back to the
finals. Chris, not so Frenchman, Jacques Gasque. That was a mouthful.
Alright, so these are our last 2 undefeated players in our tournament here tonight. So these guys are playing for all the glory.
All the marbles.
All the glory, all the marbles. And a few packs.
Yeah.
So, here we go. Let's see who goes first. Jeremy rolls a 7. Chris rolls a 5. Looks like the Mazes Index is going to be on the play.
Good sportsmanship.
Great sportsmanship there between these two guys.
Sportsmanship, old sport.
Okay, so again, I'm going to presume Mazes End will be on the play. Let's see here. Jeremy's hand looks to have 2 gates and a maze. No maze. 2 gates and a gate. Looks like a fog, 2 fogs, and a supreme verdict. Looks like a...
Yeah, I like Jeremy's.
He's got no green
Jeremy's
source
hand
though.
right here.
He doesn't have a green source though for these fogs.
Does he have a maze?
No, he does not have a maze. Looks like he drew another Boros Guild Gate here, which means now he only needs a 4th land to be able to cast the Supreme Verdict.
Right.
Because he has the color requirements now. Still doesn't have the green though for his fog effects. Looks like there's also a riot control in his hand. Let's see if we can take a look at Chris's hand now. See what Chris is going on.
Ooh.
So we got Domri here. Let's see if Domri's going to flip a card over. Looks like he's going to here.
Domri seems
Domri doesn't flip a card over.
very good.
Let's see. It looks like Chris has 2 lands. Stormbreath Dragon. Let's see. He drew another land there. So he's got
Interesting, he chose not to negate Domri there, which, I mean, Domri's not scary now, but if you leave him uncontested, that card is nuts.
I don't think he could have. Could he?
I thought, is that not an Azorius skill gate under the Boros?
It is, but wouldn't if the Boros one been tapped last
I guess it was. I'm looking at the man state.
Yeah,
That's right. That is true.
Because all of those gates come into play tap. That's
Right.
the downside.
Right.
Alright, so Courser shows a mountain. Let's see. I'm still trying to get a good look at Chris's hand here. I know he's fixing to play a Stormbreath Dragon this turn. I saw that guy in there. And there's a Carried on top.
Draw that carried
Put
it.
that Carried into the hand. And there's a Mizium Mortars that's going to do absolutely nothing in this match.
Not a lot. A lot going on for old Mizium Mortars.
Not in this game.
Domri's at... There's no way Domri's at 6 right now.
He's been plussed 3 times now. So,
Okay. Wow. If he doesn't have an answer to Domri next turn, an ultimate in any... I mean, we can play creatures off the top of the deck at
Yep.
that point.
yep, which makes those comes into play tapped lands even more detrimental now since he was on a tapped blue source when Domri was cast.
Yep.
Now we've got the life total updated because of a couple of misses on Cursor of Crucifix there. That guy's still really good. In case you missed it, he's still really good. Oh, and that's a silver.
Oh, gosh.
I would
One
like
of the obscure...
I would like to draw my Sylvan Primordial, please. We need
Okay.
to get another die on that Domri because he's actually at 7.
Yeah.
Thought Chris was looking for the 7 there for a second. No, surely he knows that there's no 7 on that dice. So
Lose a life.
Chris
Play
plays a shock land to lose 1 life.
Does he have the mana?
He has a Stormbreath in his hand.
6.
Why is what?
I think he was... got excited.
Looks like we're 1 mana short of. I'm really confused why that Stormbreath Dragon hasn't been cast yet.
I don't know. Quicken?
Jeremy's going to cast a Quicken here. Looks like he's going to follow it with a
Divination?
a Divination. No, he's not. He doesn't have white. He doesn't have blue.
Oh, that
Didn't
hurt.
have the second blue source.
There it is.
Do we have Fog? I don't see Fog.
He will be able to cast Supreme Verdict next turn, and it could be that Chris knows that, or suspects there's a Supreme Verdict in hand and didn't want to run out his
Dargan.
dragon until he ultimates this Domri. Because that's exactly what's happening here. Yes, Domri ultimate.
All right.
And I don't know how Jeremy gets back from that.
Yeah, because that gives all of his guys haste, trample,
Double strike.
and hexproof.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
It's kind of nuts. So Jeremy's gonna be in a world of hurt.
If he doesn't have fog here, I think it's actually game.
Here comes 7 mana for this Primordial.
Oh, it doesn't even matter. Well, he could have floated, but
But I mean, he's not gonna have it on his turn.
no, he's not going to have it on combat.
So Primordial.
That's his game.
Primordial has 6 power, I believe.
It's haste.
Yeah.
You have a Courser and
So
a
6,
Primordial
12.
here gone.
I think Jeremy is actually dead right here.
Yep.
Because of double strike. Yep.
Yep.
Oh, wow, that was disgusting.
Yeah. I've ultimate Domri a few times in my day, and I don't think I've ever lost a game where that's happened.
I don't think you should.
No.
I don't think you should.
So Jeremy,
What kind of sideboard action we got? There's Mr. What's his name again?
Jacques Gascoigne,
Yeah, yeah.
the not so Frenchman Chris Gask.
So Turn and Burn. I think that's a card.
Turn and Burn comes in. Unravel the Aether can hit Courser.
I think Bo comes in.
Maybe.
Life gain. Bo has a life gain option.
Okay.
4 life, I believe it is. Chris probably wants to see some Mistcutter Hydra just to speed the game up. Probably wants Pithing Needle. Mazes End is a really good card to name with Pithing Needle in this matchup.
Right. So you can name lands with that.
That may actually be a reason if Jeremy suspects Pithing Needle. That may be another reason for him to bring in Unravel the Aether.
True. Negate and Syncopate actually. I don't know if you. Chris, it depends on what deck cards. I mean, you're going to want to take out Mizium Mortars.
Yes. What else do we have?
I'm trying to think what I saw.
I think that's really the only dead card.
I mean, honestly, he may keep most of his stuff in. He may just be swapping out Mortars for Mistcutter Hydras.
Unless he wants to, like, cut Xenagos to make himself faster.
True.
Just make himself more aggro.
I don't think Jeremy plays any creatures.
Yeah, this Mazes End deck is, as far as I know, it is creatureless. It used to play a couple, but they got cut out quite a while back. Man, Jeremy is way up on the camera there. It's kind of funny.
He's actually on camera.
He's like almost on the camera.
Yes.
Hey, Jeremy. Not doing so well right now.
The old producer.
He's gonna take a nap now.
Bless him.
That's our producer, folks. He's the guy that
He trains the chimps.
he trained the monkey that is currently in the truck. Fed it a banana earlier, preemptively. Shouldn't have fed it a banana.
Yeah,
It's for after the show.
I just don't know. I mean, we saw Jeremy defeat an aggressive deck earlier, but this deck is aggressive and very powerful
Yes.
with its aggression.
Like a lot of small creatures.
Mid-range.
A lot of small creatures is one thing. A few small creatures and then
when you're ramping,
haymakers
Yes.
is another. Along with a Domri ultimate too, just
Right.
thrown in there for good
yeah.
measure. Let's just ultimate this Domri too while we're at it.
True.
Why not? Alright, so looks like Jeremy's
38 minutes left in the round, so plenty of time to finish out. But
I think Chris asked if he could start the game with his emblem still in play. That does not carry from game to game.
I mean, it doesn't come back.
No, it does not carry from game to game.
Shame.
All right, so we're getting ready for game 2 here, Mr.
Chris Jacques Gascoigne
is
Gask.
currently on his Mold 6. We're gonna have one of these guys in here in a few minutes. Do a little bit of a deck tech, a little bit of an interview with him. admire the name. I still don't think that's the correct name. So we need to try to get the monkey to get the correct name in there. What was the name again?
Jacques. JACQUE. There it is. That's it.
That's the one.
That's his
now
name.
We need to get that adjusted to make it fit right.
The not so Frenchman, and we're good.
All right, now we're live here, and like, wow, we've missed some things messing with this name.
Whoa,
man!
there's a magic game going on.
There's an elf and a donkey.
What?
Is this game one all over again?
Oh,
Are we watching?
goodness.
Is this a replay?
This is a turn 2 dominant raid off an elf start that's already at 5 loyalty. Oh goodness!
This is gonna reveal nothing.
It doesn't matter.
Probably not.
Jeremy has no answers to dominate.
Chris is at 16 because of his lands. Jeremy has his maze this time, though. And looks like he's got some fogs and some divinations. Looks like Jeremy's in a lot better position this game. Jeremy's trying to divination, and Chris says, hang on a minute.
Somebody brought in the gate. Or syncopate.
Yep, it would appear so. I haven't got a good look at Chris's hand yet.
Maybe he's just
Oh,
moved.
Jeremy drew a detention sphere. There's the answer for that.
Okay. Yeah, I totally forgot he had those in his list.
There's the answer for that, Domri. Chris still doesn't know what Jeremy does, apparently.
I don't know what Jeremy does.
I think Jeremy knows, but he may be the only one.
He does, and that's a good quality to have, or a good piece of information to have, I guess.
Oh, that miscutter Hydra.
Domri is at 6.
He's not going to ultimate, though, because Jeremy has that detention sphere in his hand.
He's going to have to time walk himself next turn to do it, though.
He is, but you got to do it.
Yep.
Okay.
Although it can tick up one more time, so he does have one more turn.
He could. If Chris were to deploy another threat here, Jeremy could... No, he can't actually cast Supreme Verdict. Doesn't have double white. Wow, 2 Supreme Verdicts in his hand. Trying to see.
I think he's going to have to maze for a white mana.
So, if Jeremy mazes and passes the turn, and Chris doesn't hit a land, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, he's going to drop a Hydra for 4. And
to which the following turn he will
7.
have to detention sphere. So I don't know. I don't know if Jeremy gets out of this one.
it's not looking good. Because Chris is going to play... If Chris doesn't hit a land, he plays a Hydra for 4. And he gets in for 7, which puts Jeremy to 10. And that next turn, Jeremy's going to have to play Verdict or Detention Sphere. And Domri's going to be on 7.
Yep. He's gonna have to make the choice between wrathing the board
And
or
getting rid of Domri.
getting rid of Domri.
And Domri's on 7.
Yeah.
And what do we see? Nothing. Okay.
He can. If Chris doesn't add anything to the board next turn, he can theoretically survive.
He can. As long as Chris
long
doesn't...
enough to wrath to do both.
Yeah. And
But it's
apparently...
going to be like at 2.
Yeah. And Chris apparently doesn't have a Hydra on top. So he's not threatened by a hasty guy on the top of the deck. So
Right.
maybe we're okay here. Maybe Jeremy's just resigned to the fact that he's going to take this. What? Well, that worked out in favor of Jeremy. Not casting Hydra, not casting anything, not deploying any other threats. Wow, that works out for Jeremy. And he draws a turn and burn.
Maybe he has counter magic? I don't know. I mean, it doesn't matter for Supreme Verdict, but...
I mean, yeah, the only thing he could possibly be doing is playing around Verdict. But if you drop the creatures, and then you're giving him a choice of creatures or a Domri emblem. Like,
to be fair, though, Chris does have time in this. He sees that Jeremy's stuck on mana. That's his... I mean, we're assuming that's his only win condition, like... And he just doesn't realize... Yeah. He was going to save that for...
I think Jeremy has a negate to fire back, though, but he doesn't have another blue source. I think that's going to be it right there. Because now we peel this Domri. We make a 5/5 hasty double striking. Yeah, that's probably game here. No, Jeremy has a fog.
He's got a fog, yeah. He's going to be able to fog, untap, Wrath, or Supreme Verdict, but
yep.
Again, any creature off the top of the deck can be lethal. Does Jeremy have a second blue? Is that a...
Oh, that is a Cynic Guild game.
Oh, it is a Cynic one under there. Yep.
Some conversation going on. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. Looks like we're just going to try to swing for 6 here.
Yeah.
Because these double strikers now.
He's going to force... I think he's going to force Jeremy to be on the back foot and just have answers. He's playing his...
Fog.
As conservatively as possible. Does he have a counter? No.
It's another Domri. When one's just not enough.
There you go.
And we don't see anything there either. Man, has Domri put a card in his hand this game? I don't think it has.
I think he got it. Maybe the Hydra, the first Hydra, that's still in his hand.
Possibly. Let's see what Jeremy's got going on here. Divination? Yeah, we're gonna run out this divination here and draw a couple of gates.
Double emblem. They get quadruple strike? Does that work?
I don't think that's how that works.
Double haste, quadruple strike, double hexproof.
It's 2 squared, right? 2 squared strike.
There you go.
Double squared. That's double squared strike.
Which is quadruple. Double squared?
No, because it's
Square
double.
squared?
It's doubled and doubled, so it's 8 times.
Hey-o! Yes, those are in fact jokes. We know that they don't stack.
They don't.
No.
Double strike doesn't stack.
No.
Not even with 2 Rafika minis in play.
Well, I mean that in that case, if you're playing in that world,
that was for you.
Yes,
That was for you, Jeremy Vines. Because you're not watching out there. I know that. Let's see here. What's Jeremy possibly got going on? Let's see.
It's a gate.
It is another gate. It is a gate that he
1, 2,
did
3,
not
4,
have.
5, 6 gates. Supreme Verdict.
Looks like we got 2 Azorius though. So
Ugh. All your dudes dead.
kill all your guys.
Followed up by this Gigantor double striking hasting Mistcutter
Hydra. But it's only going to be a 4/4. So it's only going to 8 Jeremy.
Literally. It's going to 8 him.
It's going to
8 him up. Oh, he's got to defend the Hearth and play in his hand. And The correct mana left open to cast it. Courser, revealing a forest, which you will play.
Gets Chris to 15. Here comes this Courser. I think Jeremy's just firing these fogs off way too early. Like, that would have put him to 10. Like, that's still a very reasonable life total.
Depends on what he has in hand, but I get that.
I have to think Jeremy's just forgotten that Chris revealed a Hydra off that Domri earlier.
Could be.
Looks like Jeremy has a riot control.
Can he riot control and activate mazes in? Yes.
Yes, he can.
So this is going to be good for him.
Is he going to fire this?
Chris does have a negate in hand, though.
It's true. It's true. I think Jeremy has one as well, though.
Mm-hmm.
So if he sequences correctly, he'll have mana for a counter war. No, Jeremy does not have a negate. I don't think. Maybe. I can't.
I don't know if he's played it or not.
Shuffling his cards around so quickly. Yes, that is a negate. That is a riot control and a negate.
Okay. A turn and burn,
And a
merciless eviction, and a supreme verdict.
Yeah, his hand is primed to finish this game. But whether Chris can...
Yeah, I think he lets this through if he...
Yeah, I would absolutely just... Sure, no response.
In maze. You go to 10 in maze here.
He's going to turn and burn.
Okay.
That's acceptable.
I'm down with that.
He's got incorrect mana. Doesn't look like he has red at all. Oh, now he's going to cast this riot control, which is strictly worse.
Yes.
So Jeremy's going to gain 1. And I can't imagine this maze getting anything but a red mana source here.
Yes. That is what happens. Interestingly enough, that Caryatid has haste.
It does.
Can tap for a minute.
Oh, it appears that Jeremy is at 8, which would be a little more reason why he's using some fogs.
That makes much more sense than being at 18. There's a 7-point life differential there. Okay. Yeah, that.
So
His decisions are.
We got an Izzet Guildgate that time, so now we have red mana for this turn and burn.
Mm-hmm. You probably. Well, can he verdict? And
Pretty sure you absolutely just have to verdict, especially if he doesn't have any more fogs.
well, at that point, is Miska lethal? I think it is.
I think Miscutter Hydra's been lethal.
Yeah. He has turn and burn, so.
Which can't
He
target
can-
Hydra.
Oh yeah, the Hydra has it.
Pro blue.
Oh yeah, and
Oh yeah.
sorry, big dog, you've been hollering at me down there.
Also
It's
has-
redundant because they all have hexproof,
Yep.
so it does not matter. That's why I could
That's
cast it
why I
last
couldn't turn
turn
and burn.
and had to riot control. Okay. Jeremy is how they say in French, screwed.
Yes.
So
And
the dragon and the laying of the cards.
so our winner here tonight is
Chris, the not-so-Frenchman, Jacques Gasquet. Gasque.
All right, so looks like this Rug Midrange deck is taking it down tonight. Over,
I like it.
Maze's End in the finals, nonetheless.
I like it. That's I like that final matchup.
So in that case, I'm going to let you do the interview in the deck checking. Hey, we're back.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Yeah, so we're going to try to get
my boy Jacques in here.
Jacques
Gasquet.
Am I not spitting enough?
Jacques.
Some more phlegm.
Yep.
Some phlegm. How you spell that? J-A phlegm. Yeah.
Jacques.
All right. So yeah, that's our standard tournament for the night. Like I said, we're gonna get Chris in here. We're gonna talk about his deck a little bit. Talk about some of the cards he's playing. Talk about some of the matchups he had tonight. As soon as that guy gets in here, we're gonna do that. What was that? It sounded like the roof
Earthquake.
was caving in.
Tuscaloosa earthquake.
What? We've already had a tornado. Let's not do the earthquake thing too.
No. Don't like natural disasters.
No, we don't like those here. So yeah.
Do like the earthquake and typhoon natural disasters.
Those guys were.
I like 1985 WWF.
Those guys were good.
Apparently, we're getting delayed.
We're being lied to by
our
our
winner.
monkeys.
He's doing the chat box. While he's doing that, I can mention one last time before we'll do this.
Before you do that,
Okay.
I'm gonna walk out of here. Give the monkey time to change the name right here, and I'm gonna go drag Mr. Jacques Gasquet into the room.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
So you do that.
Yep. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. We are going to announce this one here. All right. Me and my guest partner on commentary here. If you want to see the replays to any of this tonight, any of our stuff, there's a lot of streaming being done on the castle now. YouTube.com/Crimson Castle Games. Also, get us on Facebook.com at /Crimson Castle Tuscaloosa. Twitter.com/C Castle Events. Being joined in the studio all the way from Caltech, the not-so-Frenchman.
Not so French.
Chris Jacques Gasquet.
Yes, that's how you pronounce all those names.
Exactly.
Yes. All right.
So, congratulations, Chris,
Thanks, man. Appreciate
on the win.
It was a tough road.
I got it.
Yeah.
I saw it. It was nice, though. It's nice to see not your normal flavor of the month.
Well, I mean, it's
different.
not.
Take it home.
I didn't make this deck up. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is obviously
Sure.
a deck somebody else made, but
That's
would you
okay.
like to see it?
I would love to see it.
All right, so let's put some cards out here.
All right.
So what was your all-star of the night?
All-Star of the night is always Stormbreath Dragon. In the meta here with detention spheres, stuff like that, it's always Stormbreath Dragon.
Pro White is the good.
Also Sylvan Primordial won a couple of games. Yep.
Just saw that guy in action.
But it always comes down to the Planeswalkers too, because this deck runs 9 Planeswalkers.
Okay.
A lot of them come out
We saw a few of them there.
in the board.
One of the cool ones doesn't make very many appearances, Ralzeric.
Yeah, Ralzeric is one of the deck's only answers to like early pack rats and things like that. Because I really don't want to blow Amizium orders on like a 1/1 pack rat.
Sure.
But the biggest weakness this deck has is against like mono blue and mono black devotion. Decks that can either make a lot of creatures really fast or make them really unreasonably big.
Right.
And once a creature gets out of Mizium range, then especially pack rat, there's just no recovering from it.
I understand that.
A little faster here.
It's all good.
Pelucranos almost always comes out of the deck against the control matchup after board because he's just not very useful. But when I'll show you the board here in a second.
Seems could be underwhelming.
Yeah, he just leaves. He goes away to Detention Sphere. He dies to Supreme Verdict. I mean, everything dies to Supreme Verdict, but there are just too many ways to get rid of him. Another Ralzeric, Carroted, and lands. Alright, so this is the main deck here.
Alright, so for lack of a camera set up here, we'll just describe a little bit of this to you. We've got a 1 of Kiora the Crashing Wave, 3 Domri Raid, 3 Xenagos the Reveler, 4 set of Stormwrath Dragon, 4 Elvish Mystic, 3 Pelucranos, 2 Sylvan Primordial, 2 Ral Zarek, 1 of the Aetherling, 4 Sylvan Caryatid, 4 Courser of Krufix, 3 Mizium Mortars, and 2 Scavenging Ooze. Quite the, it seems like a pretty solid list.
So Scavenging Ooze is really great against Supreme Verdict. You try to keep it in hand. I've actually gotten it out a couple of, like, turn 2, get some heat out. But you keep it in hand, they Verdict, you throw it down. This deck always has a ton of lands because of the Coursers and the Domri cycling through each other.
Right.
So you're usually able to make this dude really big really fast. And they have to blow a Detention Sphere and 1 Scavenging Ooze, which is pretty nice.
Cool.
Ralzarek and Kiora, I mean, they're just good cards. I can get the extra card draw. Because this deck, while it does have a lot of deck manipulation, it doesn't actually have a lot of card draw. But usually Kiora is pretty decent at locking down Stormbreath Dragons or sometimes even Mutavaults. Like, if she can come out and protect herself from a Mutavault and get into the 5 loyalty range, that's fantastic. So against the control matchup, though, Kiora and Ralzarek always come out. But Domri and Xenagos are obviously amazing against control.
Right.
And just against slow decks, so like against the Mazes in deck there, you saw Domri was able to ultimate twice, and it's really hard to recover from that when you can top deck a Stormbreath Dragon.
Sure.
But Sylvan Primordial is also an all-star against the control matchup. If you can blow up their Detention Spheres, you can blow up, pesky lands, you can lock them off of.
Yeah, that guy seems really exciting.
He is, and if you've got, it's even better if you have this emblem out from Domri.
Domri, yeah. I've had a few Domri Ultimates in my day. I've been on the winning side of those, and those are very exciting. It's hard to lose when that guy gets his game going.
Yeah, so this it's built for the control matchup.
Sure.
Mizium Mortars is really your answer against aggro. You have 3 in the main deck. I've thought about actually running a 4th one and cutting one of the oozes and just running 1 ooze main deck and 1 ooze sideboard.
Ooze seems good to catch you up maybe in some of those aggro matchups.
It did. When I was playing Red Deck Wins earlier tonight, ooze saved my life. I was trying to stabilize with the Courser and the ooze and got up to 8.
Right, and we did see that on camera. It did. The thing I like about these two is it's not necessarily your pre-boarded for aggro, but worst case scenario, Elvish Mystic, Sylvan Caryatid, Courser of Krufix, turns 1, 2, and 3 make walls,
yes.
Defender at the worst case, buying you life and time to draw.
It's really just key to know what you're
answers.
playing against.
Right.
When you don't know what you're playing against, it's hard to, are they playing the D-Sphere or not? Like, I played last week and rushed out a bunch of Coursers against a D-Sphere.
Sure.
Wasn't even on my radar.
Right.
But you want to see the sideboard?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we had it on paper, but we did see.
I'm going to show you some of the swaps I make too. So the meta is pretty control heavy right now. So I'll just show you what I take out always against the control deck. I always just pull these cards out first, and then I decide if I actually want to keep them all out.
Right.
Some of these may be questionable. Mizium, I've actually run into some situations. People are playing the Angel now that has lifelink.
Right.
So I may start actually keeping Mizium in the deck.
And good against the pro black, pro white guy.
Yeah.
Blood Baron. That's him.
Sometimes Aetherling comes out just because there's so many great cards in the sideboard. I know that's hard for them to deal with.
Right.
But I've got tons of answers for control. So I'm running.
So coming out would be the 3 Pelucranos, possibly 3 Pelucranos, 2 Ralzarek, 1 Kiora, 3 Mizium Mortars.
Yes.
Subbed for the full set of Mistcutter Hydras.
2 Unraveled Ethers.
Saw plenty of Hydra uppercuts tonight.
We got 3 negates. This is really great against Sphinx's Rev.
Right.
That's pretty much the only answer. And then other options, you got Pithing Needle. I know this isn't enough cards here.
Right.
You got Rurik.
Sure.
See, that's the problem. This deck has such a great control game. Mm-hmm. You have more good cards in the board than you have cards to take out.
Right.
So usually the next ones to go are maybe 1 Scavenging Ooze and the 1 Aetherling. Because you're keeping the Primordials in the deck, you're keeping the Stormbreaths in the deck,
right.
And the Mistcutters present such a huge threat.
Right.
That you don't really need the Aetherling. So Rurik Thar, I mean, he's really he can overwhelm your opponent, but he actually hasn't done a whole lot for me. I mean, he comes down and
I can see that.
De-sphered right away. I mean, they lose 6 life, but if they've got the Sphinx's Rev, it's just underwhelming. So he may actually come out of the board.
And that's kind of reflected. He sees Fringe play at best.
Yeah. And then the other cards in the sideboard, just say no. 3 Cyclonic Rifts, which this is the questionable card, the 3 Rifts. I put it in just because I can't really think of anything else. Like, I was running the Nylea's Disciples for the life gain against Red Deck Wins, but Rift is currently my answer to Devotion, other than the Mizium Mortars.
Rift's pretty good. We saw it make some very, very good, life-saving plays today.
Yeah, it saved me a couple of times tonight. I almost did not bring it in against Red Deck Wins, but that ended up being one of the cards that saved me. So, and the one of Syncopate, which is another sort of weird card that doesn't always come in. So,
well,
anyway,
man, congratulations again. We appreciate your time. Appreciate the deck information. Yeah, you can catch all these replays on YouTube.com. They should be up in a day or so. /Crimson Castle Games. Follow us on Facebook.com/Crimson Castle Tuscaloosa, Twitter.com/CCastle Events, live on Twitch TV /Crimson Castle. One more quick time before we go. PTQ information is this Saturday. Pre-register tonight. By midnight. Save yourself $5 Central Time. All right. If that's at www.crimsoncastlegames.com. If you fail to do that, registration starts at 8:30 a.m. Saturday morning. This Saturday, April the 9th, located at the Bob Miller. April the 19th at the Bob Miller Center in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Google it, figure out where it is. There's also directions, everything on the Facebook page. It's going to be sealed. Theros, Born of the Gods. If that's not your thing, we got side events all day, drafts, winner boxes, commander, singles dealers will be on hand, trading, everything, all your favorite experiences from Magic tournaments, big and small. Come do it down here. This is going to be a big deal. It's the first time we've done anything like this since the format's changed, about 4 years now. I will be one half of your commentating crew, along with at Quad9's Drew Bentley. He was here with me last week. Great guy, fantastic knowledge on the limited format. He's going to be carrying me all day. Anyway, lastly, $1,000. That's the most important part. Total cash prizes, and the winner goes to the Pro Tour Magic 2015. You going to be joining us?
I am going to be out of town at a convention. I will be playing Magic, but I will not be here for the PTQ.
Well, anyway, that's one less threat in the format you have to deal with. The not-so-Frenchman here. Anyways, as always, thank you so much, you guys that chimed in the chat room, anybody that's watching online. We appreciate your support. We love you. Thank you so much. Have a great night.
Thanks, guys.